give gratitude for each and every one of you all who is in this space. And when I say this space, I mean this room, yes, but in this space, available to me, available to the universe to celebrate what is to come. Y'all, I can't even describe this feeling that I have. This feeling that is so powerful that I just feel that every person that I am connected to, we are about to move beyond the block, y'all, in ways that I feel it so deeply. And so I just thank you all for being here, because you being here symbolizes to me that we on this same vibration. We ride this wave, y'all, and I'm telling you, just open up to it.
Come on, teach it.
Come on. So, this book right here, this is a little girl who wrote all the time, stories and everything. Minored in creative writing, English in college. Just knew I was going to write a book 2 decades ago.
Sure did.
Never wrote it. Been telling myself, you're going to write this book, you're going to write this book. And this is the first one that's come out, and it's amazing to me that it's not even the book that I thought it would be. I thought I would be writing fiction and creative writing. I thought I would be writing poetry, right? But this is what God gave to me.
All right now.
And it is, to me, God's reminder to me about the promise that he made over my life when I was in the womb, being conceived, whatever. He fearlessly and wonderfully made. And he is reminding me to stop blocking what he has for me. So, I'm not going to get up here and talk long. I do want to let you know, how many of you all have the book in your hand? You all haven't gotten your copies? Okay, no worries, good. And that means this will be a surprise if you don't see it. I'm going to bring up a couple of people. They don't even know that they're coming up to speak, but they're going to have a job to do. So I want to say this, though, when I said about the promise. Y'all remember your childhood, like early? I'm talking about before you were 12, maybe earlier than that. Maybe right when you were between 7 and 10, before the world really got to you, right? I recall, and I know this is my life calling, to protect, champion, advocate for, and just be an example for girls, because I'm a big sister. I'm a little sister, but I'm a big sister. And I take my sistering very, very seriously. Where are my sisters? Andrea, why are you outside? 3 of my sisters are here. 2 are on the way with my daughter, and I don't know where the third one is, the other one is, but
She's watching the live.
and one is in Vegas with my niece and my nephews. But I want my sisters to stand, my sisters that are here to stand, or wave your hand if you got. It's 8 of us, y'all. So the other 4 are come. Oh no.
Brianna's watching.
Brianna, you should be here. So I'm expecting to see you walk through the door and stop watching Facebook Live. The other ones are coming in, and my other sister can't be here. But let me tell y'all. So those are my real sisters, and all of y'all in here are like sisters to me. If you're in this room, and you know, I take sistering very seriously. It's a lifestyle for me. But let me tell you, when I didn't understand what God was telling me, but it was very clear to me. So I'm glad my daddy was sick and couldn't come. I just left him. Not sick like that, y'all. He'll be okay. He just got a little stomach issues. But there was a summer that we stayed with my father. He had this new girlfriend I didn't particularly care for. And some things were happening that my mother and my stepmother, raise your hand, they just told us how we should be treated. We knew how we should be treated, and we weren't being treated the way we should have been. And so I decided this day that me and my little sister were not going to be here. So I packed my little sister in my bag, and cartoons, y'all. Y'all remember Woody Woodpecker? And I recall Woody Woodpecker was running away, and he had this stick with this handkerchief kind of. So I said, let's get that. We're going to take our stuff. So I packed our stuff, and we walked. Y'all from Chicago, this is about Move Beyond the Block. This is what I'm telling you about this title. All of this is coming to me. So from 55th and Walcott to 49th and Michigan. At 9 years old, I was 9 years old. She was 7. And I said, we out of here. And I took my little sister and I walked home. I walked back to my mother. I walked back to our home. I walked back to where we would be getting the love that I knew we deserved, and I walked back to our family. That is who I am. That's who I am. And we're going to walk together. I'm going to walk with my sisters. We're going to move beyond the block. We're going to move through all types of turbulent neighborhoods, because if y'all just heard what I said, 55th and Walcott, this is in 1985. 55th and Walcott to 49th and Michigan. Y'all know what I walked through, don't y'all? 9 years old, I walked through that. So, hi Tori. So, I'm going to just have Reverend Dr. Jacqueline Trish Atkins. And she don't know she's coming up, but she's coming up. Because, I don't want to cry.
Yeah, don't mess your makeup on me. You're on the camera. You're on the camera. This is in perpetuity, girl.
This woman. No tears are gonna drop. Okay. This woman, oh gosh, she is gold. She has been my gold digger, and it was deep down, buried really far. But she helped me to get to it. And ever since then, y'all, I just feel like I've been flying. Like there's no stopping me because of what she's helped me to remember about myself. With the Gold Rush Women's Conference, with her friendship, with her mothering, with her teaching, with her example of God. And I just thank you so much. And it was an honor for me that she said yes to me so many times. Yes to advising me as I built my organization. Yes to listening to me for any issue that I have, even when it's relationship and marriage, even when it's mother and parenting. She's been a friend and a confidant and a counsel and a wise source for me. And even for my husband at times, through our grieving of lost relatives, she's just been a rock. And so I just want to say thank you. And you saying yes to doing this forward is beyond anything that I can say. So I do want you all to acknowledge that she actually wrote this. And are you comfortable with reading?
Oh, yeah.
Yes. Yes.
Oh, good. I get to read. So, when we met, I think it was 2011, maybe something like that, 2012. Anyway, when you see someone who has an energy, who has just something that's popping from her, you just kind of say, whoa, and you know it's good. You know it's the depth of her passion. All of us are here for a reason. And when the person you were talking to, she starts talking about her passion, and you say, whoa, yeah, it's a good thing. That's who this woman is. So, the forward. Do you really know what it means to be fearless and bold? Then try speaking about just one of your shadows. We all have them. Is this the forward? Yeah. It's been a while. That's right. They are those experiences and circumstances that have occurred to us, through us or around us, as a part of our lives that shames us in some way. Yet it's only in facing releasing those shadows can we come into the light, allowing them to dissipate into nothingness. It is only in recognizing the truth, that's capital T, of who we are, can we tap into our intrinsic greatness to live as we were created to live. Mrs. Lakeisha Gray-Sewell has been fearless and bold in writing Move Beyond the Block. And indeed, she has tapped into her intrinsic greatness. Move Beyond the Block provides a very broad stage from which the author teaches, entertains, provokes, and provides 18 phenomenal tools for transformation. In it, Lakeisha demonstrates her extraordinary writing skills, but perhaps even more importantly, she has shown herself to be an astute commentator on society and its impact on all of us, especially on African American girls. Her block sometimes refers to a city street, other times it refers to an idea, person, or thing that causes one to stumble, and at other times it is describing an overwhelming obstacle. She has been bold enough to confront each accurately described problem, situation, and challenge with a solution. Although the solution may be tough to accomplish, yet Mrs. Gray-Sewell leaves the reader certain that a solution is always an option, and transformation should always be the goal. Whether it is your poverty-stricken attitude or any number of other blocks, Mrs. Gray-Sewell, drawing on her personal experience, writes about deep awareness and in a compassionate manner, writes with deep awareness and in a compassionate manner. She opens our eyes to see the facts of the situation and to better understand the belief systems supporting the situations. Then, through her unashamed admission as to how she believes God works, she opens the reader's eyes even more to understand that there is always a lesson or a blessing in the midst. One of Mrs. Gray-Sewell's most powerful statements provides a key belief that must be used by African American girls and all of us to move beyond the block, and here it is. The truth is, we are not the sum total of any action we have taken in the past, including yesterday, nor do previous choices and decisions define us. Our identity and therefore our unlimited potential is tied only to the now and our awareness of the supreme goodness within us. Thank you. I wrote that. That
was good. So that's just the very first pages of the book.
Let me just say, she's gonna talk. The book is good. She sent it to me to read, and I'm thinking, okay, I'm gonna read this for Lakeisha. I couldn't put the thing down, okay? I had work to do, but I'm reading the book, okay? It's good.
So we're gonna get back started, but I do want to read the introduction to you all, and do a quick reading, and then we can. This DJ right here, I think is. I'm not saying I think it. I know it is. And I'm biased, but it's the truth. This is the dopest DJ in the city. On his way to world dominance, baby, because once we clear out this empty nest, we all over the globe, baby. Yeah. So book them when you can. Thank you. Okay. Introduction. You can take the girl out of the hood, but you can't take the hood out of the girl. I don't know who said it first, but I've claimed this same saying as my personal creed for a very long time. In fact, it has been a major source of pride to be able to say I identified heavily with the influences of the neighborhoods I grew up in on Chicago's South Side. Funny, these days when presenting a workshop, I often pose this line of questioning to my audience. So tell me, what do you think about me? Where did I grow up? Am I a child of a single parent home or married parents? Did I attend college? And if so, where? What is my profession? Where do I live now? The answers are varied, but almost never are they correct. And that's not by accident. You see, society taught me a long time ago to tuck in pieces of myself to camouflage so that my zip code wouldn't have me labeled with being ghetto or hood. So I got in the habit of showing up using my best enunciation and firm dictation. I learned to look a certain way, and I also made it my business to prove those imaginary people wrong, to dismantle their stigma and stereotypes of girls like me who had hood pride, but also well-earned, distinguished credentials. I knew the laws of respectability, and I made attempts to fit in. Still, I sometimes find myself ashamed and intimidated. So I stayed away from rooms and experiences where I believed I wasn't good enough to confidently move in, or where my particular background would be shunned. Today, those wrong answers have me attending private schools. They have me growing up in a suburban home with 2 parents and living in a condo downtown. These perceptions baffle me every time, because y'all know that ain't me at all, right? But that's what they always say when I ask those questions. So when you grow up embedded in violence, where physical confrontation and fighting is normalized, or better said, a necessary survival tool, and when poverty informs your ambition, well, of course you are not intelligent and can never be a skilled storyteller, educator, globally recognized girls advocate, nor an in-demand social influencer. At least that is what the media and society feeds girls like me, who fight daily just to grow up and to thrive. Sadly, somewhere along the way, very early I might add, I appropriated for myself every bad message pertaining to who I was, where I came from, and ultimately said I wasn't good enough. It's hard to break a belief you've been harboring since girlhood. That is why dismantling stereotypes and demystifying stigmas about girls from the hood is purpose in my life's assignment. Today, when I reflect on my life, I too am shocked at how far I've come. And at the same time, I recognize how coming from where I'm from has been a classroom of life lessons, positioning me to become all that I am today, to have moved beyond the block. Still, the work continues, as all too often the girls I mentor exhibit limited ambition due to blocks in their lives. It's like clouds blocking the sunshine. When I talk with young mentees, we spend a lot of time examining how much their literal neighborhood block shapes their identity and worldview. Deeper than that, we shine a light on personality blocks that are negatively limiting their brilliance. In April of 2012, I officially incorporated Girls Like Me Project, an Illinois not-for-profit, with a mission to free Black girls from this phenomenon. To counter it, I have intentionally created programming to develop their self-actualization and engage them in a global perspective so they can see themselves beyond their block as global citizens, bigger than how society may define them, grander than how the media portrays them, and more deserving than human constructs condition them to think themselves to be. Ironically, one thing I've noticed almost as often is how many adult women like me are also experiencing identical blocks in their own lives. Yet they do not take the time to, 1, recognize their blocks, and 2, subsequently do the necessary work to move beyond those blocks. These same women are mothers raising girls, teachers in classrooms teaching girls, mentors guiding and gathering girls, executives hiring new generations of girls. This is feeding into generational cycles of stifled Black girl magic. It's why we see so many young girls today unconsciously acting out the mirror they see at home and modeled in other adults around them. No matter if it is the block on the south side of Chicago, the college campus, a corporate boardroom, a reality television set, or all the spaces in between, there is so much that can block us from fulfilling life and attaining the things we desire most. The academic pursuits, the thriving career, lucrative contracts, flourishing friendships, loving relationships, global experiences, and even a blank bank account of significance. It all can be elusive to us because of the blocks in our lives. And even when we attain those tangible marks of success, our very spirits can be restless and temperamental. In order to truly live a fulfilling life of destiny, we absolutely must transcend certain beliefs and habits. Those blocks may show up as generational mindsets, drama, fear, unworthiness, imposter syndrome, negative thoughts, tardiness, disorganization, physical ailments, diseases, and a myriad of other manifestations. So, Just how do we move beyond the blocks? The answer lies in practicing to be our highest and best self. And we reach this level when we transcend those beliefs and habits that consistently prove to block our shine in our life and affairs. We move beyond the block each time we recognize our attachment to beliefs that don't serve us well or keep us in a holding pattern, making the same mistakes, inviting the same conflict that has us stagnant in areas of our life or just barely making it in others. I'm almost done, y'all. I thought long and hard about some of the evidence beliefs that have blocked me from reaching my goals over the years. Yes, I admit that I am writing this book as a major part of my own recovery journey, but not just from the vantage point of my personal life experience. Nope. It is that in combination with observation of the girls I serve and their mothers, as well as colleagues who have openly shared with me their challenges. In my career as a media relations professional, I can also attest that many high-profile, outwardly famous women are also living behind blocks. Kanye, that's my boy. Don't say nothing bad about him, but don't let me hear you say nothing bad about him. Kanye may have said it best when he rapped, "The people highest up got the lowest self-esteem." Amen. Based on some celebrities and people I have encountered who have high profiles, this is very true. Some have been supreme divas, treating all in their path with a snarky rudeness, belittling dismissiveness, tantrums, and entitlement issues, even violence. Yes, the women y'all see on TV and all that, they got issues. I've seen it up close. Don't just take my word for it. Simply examine the behavior of the women from your favorite reality TV program. And let me say, it's all right to say that you watch reality TV. It's okay. All right? I watch it. Okay. Mean girl behavior, physical altercation, self-debasing habits, and a plethora of relational issues are proof for all the world to see in living color that Houston, indeed, we have a problem. I'll never forget a friend's comment when I spoke to her about one such encounter I had with a celebrity client. And she said to me, "Sis, never meet your hero. You'll be crushed." And I have to say I agree wholeheartedly with her. Then again, we should not be so shocked. After all, celebrities are mere human beings just like the rest of us. They have the same feelings, similar family backgrounds, and daily concerns as you and I. They are no more immune to experiencing growth opportunities than those of us who get to live our lives in relative obscurity. Here's the thing to know. No matter our position or status in life, every day we take to breathe air into our lungs is a day we have our own personal block to push past. That's right. It does not make us bad people, nor does it discount our value to the world. What matters is that we take the time to reflect on how we show up in the world, that we make the choice to transcend and move beyond our blocks, right, and that we consistently do the work to better ourselves so we can be all the Creator created us to be. Now, allow me a moment of privilege here to proclaim that, yes, I am a believer in God unapologetically. Amen. I profess to know we are all on this earth as a part of an orchestrated master plan of a supreme being. And you may have other terminology for it, whether through translated names, God, Allah, Jehovah, etc., or metaphysical understandings. I have to be upfront and prepare you that I make references to God without shame. And I'm so glad you all will get this book today and have joined me on this journey. In these pages are 18 of what I have discovered to be the most profound beliefs we need to grasp that help us show up fully in our daily lives. Once we identify our beliefs, we can shift our perception, how we react and interact in situations. Why 18? Well, in numerology, 18 is significant as a number representing humanitarianism and inner strength. The number 18 symbolizes manifesting abundance in ways that build things to have a lasting benefit to humanity. And because this book is scheduled to be released in 2018, it is released in 2018, I found the number quite fitting for such a time as this. Mastering these 18 beliefs will aid us in severing our attachment to old habits, allowing us to move beyond the blocks that are blocking our shine in life to experience our best lives yet. In these pages are also 18 iconic women who share one thing in common. They were born or spent their formative childhood in Chicago and moved beyond its blocks to become world-renowned legacy builders whose influence has shifted our world. These women are proof that navigating the racially segregated neighborhoods, strangled public school system, and the big culture personalities of what is perhaps America's most notorious metropolitan city can shine up their gold and move on to make history and set precedents. Many of their stories have been integrated into the curriculum from our organizations, Divas, Digitally Innovative Voices of Advocacy Sisters in the City summer program, as Herstory moments. We begin each day with them. I'm pleased to share a few of their facts and inspirational quotes in the pages of this book as a tool that we can all use to inspire us to move beyond the block. As we read, please reflect and connect to their triumphs, which can be each of ours too. Through these pages, my aim is to connect generations to possibility in a historical context, not often found in media coverage of Chicago. It is my genuine hope that collectively we take this journey to move us all beyond our individual blocks to reach our greatest potential as a community, a sisterhood, and as a global force. So that is what this book is inspired by. That is what this book is meant for. And I'm just going to run through some of the names. Some live in Chicago. We had a presentation, a video for some who are in Puerto Rico and couldn't be with us today, and some are all the way in Los Angeles, California. We had a very a senator, ambassador.
And Carol offers
yes.
She was here, you know, we talked to her, and something has come up, and so she won't be
That's
here.
what happens.
But she absolutely sends some love.
That's what happens when you are a phenomenal woman of history that sets precedents and makes things happen all over the globe. So we are grateful that she did respond, and her intention was to be here. And I feel her spirit, I feel the energy. So I do want to just go through some of the names, because some names y'all know, but I need y'all to connect to the fact that, like I said, they grew up on the south side of Chicago, on Road and King Drive and Peoria, and went to Lindblom and South Shore and Inglewood High School, right? They did that. They walked these streets. They dealt with all the things we deal with. And right now, today, you say Michelle Obama's name in Tokyo, or you say her name in Sri Lanka, and I bet you people know who she is, and I bet you they have an impression of her, right? You say State's Attorney Kim Anderson Fox, and she's the first black woman to become the Cook County State's Attorney in this city. Y'all, for the Green. So don't tell me about where we come from and anybody giving us any kind of identity or defining who we are. We can make this world shift with the power of girls coming out of Chicago. And I'm going to tell you one more thing. I truly believe that what happens in this world that changes the trajectory of this world is being right now raised in the city of Chicago as a little black girl. So I want to, as you get the book, you'll see all the names listed. Melody Hobson. How many of you all knew that Melody Hobson had been evicted multiple times as a child and had utilities cut off multiple times as a child? Melody Hobson, moving money all across this globe for people. People are coming to her for advice. Little girl who was evicted. Y'all, that's powerful. That's powerful. It can be ours. Your story can be as triumphant. I'm just picking out names here. Jennifer Hudson, not just coming from where she came from, but then losing her family to the streets of the city and still rising. Now, we got something special about black women in Chicago. So, one of those women is here with us today. If you don't know her, you better get ready to know her. This is my sister girl, Miss Tiviana Wiley. Come up. Tiviana is not number 11. She's on page 49 of this book. Did you see her? You saw her? So Tibiana's story is in this book, and I'm just going to tell you all how we met, and I'm not going to keep you long. I'm going to tell you what's coming, because I told you all, I don't like, they told me to say it, I don't like being behind stuff, I'm going to tell you all what's coming up, but I want to introduce you to Tibiana, and I wanted her to tell you about a little bit about herself and her connection to this book. But we met simply because you all supported Wrinkle in Time, the free screening that we did for girls in March, right? To help send 2 of our girls to Ecuador. They're in Ecuador right now. Yeah. So that screening supported that. But then I got a call from somebody, and she said, Saluki sisters. My Salukis, wait, give it up, y'all. Yes. Hey, nothing else to salute you up. So SIUC, if y'all don't know what that is. So my Saluki sister, Cabril Briati, said, sis, what do you need? I can be there. I got other people that's ready to support you. I can host whatever you need. I can do it for you. And I also got this friend. She want to donate some things for you. So the friend kept calling. And y'all know I'm like, text me, call me back, text me, call me back. So we were hitting and missing. And we finally got on the phone, and tears and crying. And I think at that point the book was done. And there were some people in my 18 list. You know how you think of names, but you wait for Spirit to really tell you the names. So I had my names, but Spirit said, this is one of those 18. So Tibiana, I want you to tell them about your pageant. You don't do that. I just got myself together. Yes. The sister, her spirit is so genuine. And she's so humble. She's Reverend Jackie, she gonna get the gold rush. Cause when she gets to that gold, it's shining already, but when she gets to them big gold, that gold mine, this is a powerful sister with a testimony. And so I'm gonna let her share as much as she wants to share. Take this moment, sis. I'm so grateful you gave me the honor and permission to use your story in this book. And as I said before, this is a movement for all of us. None of us are going anywhere without the other one. So,
Tears are good. Just the title alone, Move Beyond the Blind. I just say my name is Tibiana Wiley. I am the CEO of Pearl Bougie, Kid Collection, and now Purpose Me and Eyewear. This means a lot to me, even though I'm not the author, but just the fact that she saw enough and heard my story to even just put it in there. Even at a point where I thought I wasn't even worthy to stand here. Come on. I'm not even a person with, a lot of times you hear celebrities and they talk and then they have this success story at the end. I still don't have that success story. It often bothers me at times when, even though I'm struggling and I'm making it and I'm still, just to be blessed to stand right here and I get a lot of naysayers or people that hate, and it's like, y'all don't even know what I'm going through right now at this moment. My mother, I grew up with a mother on drugs. I don't have a success story to say she's clean or hey, here she is right now. I still have to walk down the west side of Chicago and see my mother selling her body, asking me for a quote. It's all right. And then it's so sad to see people see me on the internet and going out of town and doing all of this. And it's like, y'all don't even know it hurts. It hurts to even know that I'm just, even at this moment, it's like I'm still can't even bring her even in this place. All I can do is just pray for her. But just going back to this title, Moving Beyond the Block, I never saw myself in this moment like this because I honestly thought that I wasn't worthy or I never wanted to share my story. Like when you go into corporate places, like you said, and I still work a 9 to 5. With all the business that I do, I still get up. And at times when I walk into a room with my head high, and they look at me like, wow, like like, who are you? Like, I do. They like, you're somebody that I really want to get to know. And I'm like, oh, you know my background. And it's like, honey, that's not even important. You know, and just meeting Lakeisha and Cabral, I so thank you. I totally thank you. Like she said, we got on this phone call. It was amazing. Like, we cried. And we cried. I'm like, oh my God, I had to go into another room and close it. I'm like, and then just kept crying. And she mentioned this book. I'm like, you gonna put me in your book? And it was like, that is y'all don't even understand. Like, this is everything. Like, you made this. Like, you actually made history again, because I'm able to share with the young ladies that I grew up with, and the ones that do look up to me. Like, hey, I live right there on Chicago Avenue. My grandmother's still right there on Chicago Avenue in Massachusetts, right off the west side of Chicago. I'm in somebody's book. I want to be in somebody's book. Matter of fact, can I write the book? And one thing, Lakeisha stood out to me, and it made me go beyond, with what I'm doing. And she was telling the young girls, like, you see, she has a perfume, and she has this, and she has that. Okay, but she has this, but somebody behind the scenes is making this. So not only just being the face of something, it's somebody behind the creative of it, the chemist behind it. It's like, go beyond that. You know, don't be just a face like, okay, I'm on the internet. Okay, be that person that's the technology behind it. And when she was saying all that and speaking, I'm like, yeah, it goes a little bit deeper. So even with her saying, I cut off so many middlemen in my business. And it's like, I went back to school and just try to just get the certificates and the credits to have it all. So if these people decide to say, hey, you know what, we're not going to work your production line, I can do it myself. Come on. You know, and just conversations like, yeah, I knocked out so many middlemen. And saved me some money too. So I just want to say thank you. Thank you from the bottom of my heart for just taking me on as your little sister. And y'all, she's just so fierce, like, for real. Like, we were somewhere and they asked somebody to sing. She's like, get up. Get up. Like, it's not even my event. She's like, get up. I just said, they're like, look, I don't care. You going out there, look, this is like, move beyond the black boy. I'm like, okay. And I'm like, literally, like, I'm more of like the aggressive person. She's like, come here, get up. I'm just like, okay. And in that moment, too, it just made me know, like, it's okay to show your gifts. If you got it, you got it. Like, do you? You get up there and you show what you got. And I'm just like, okay, I think I am going to take that off. So let me just get thank you. I'm not going to say pillow. Okay. Sing!
Hold it down. We got to do this. Don't worry. But the person just walked through the door. It's funny when you said that, because the person who said it was just walked through the door. And she is also a major part of this book. She knows who she is, so put your stuff down and come on up, Miss Kiana Barber. Y'all give it up for Kiana Barber. So this book, again, when I tell y'all again, sisterhood is real to me. And when I tell y'all again, as we move, we all moving. Ain't nobody gonna be left behind. This is about us. Girls from Chicago, women from Chicago. Y'all, we about to get it. I promise you we are. Just believe and move beyond the block. But this book, the literary industry is, if you take it seriously, like I do, as I told you all, I minored in creative writing. Literacy and literature is very dear to my heart. It's a passion of mine. It's what I would do. Reading and writing is what, if I didn't have any worries in the world, I would spend my time writing and reading all day. All day. And so I take it very seriously. So I understand, for the publishing houses and all these different things in the literary world, there are certain standards, right? There are certain ways that things are done. But I know what I got from God. I know the messages that I got from God. And the way that I had things in my mind didn't play out for this book. But he was sending me messages and sending me people. Kiana Barber is from Roseland. Is that what they, because we got new names now. They tell us where we're from all the time. West Inglewood. Inglewood is now West Inglewood. the low end, it was the low end, now it's Bronzeville. Before that it was Bronzeville, and before that it was another thing. They tell us where we live all day long. Pullman 1 week, Roseland the next, Roseland 1 week, Pullman the next. They flip on us, whatever they need it to be. I'm not gonna get political. So anyway, Kiana does all of our printing and all of our the graphic designs for Girls Like Me Project, all of our posting board flyers, and that's what Kiana's business does. And I said, Kiana, I'm writing a book. I want you to do the layout. I want you to design it. Publishing houses would never go for that. You mean to tell me you're trying to use a marketing company to do a graphic designer to do your book layout? Oh no. So we got a lot of feedback about this book as it was going through channel. But my intention throughout was to do this as a journey for both she and I, so that this could be her first business venture into publishing books, which is what she dreams of doing, scaling her business in that way, and me of getting my book done. And so we hashed it out together. Whatever you see in this book, the words are mine, the visual is all Kiana. This is her first book laid out. She decided where to put that pink and yellow and any colors you see, how it would be laid out. She decided to do all that and took my words and then put them into pictures. And not just pictures, but a moving graphics, moving design. And with intention on her part as well. She had a vision for what she wanted to do with this. And so I'm forever grateful. I want you to talk about, Kiana is also featured in the last pages as we do our closing. She's not one of the 18 women. She has a special page here for herself, and you can see it once you get your book. But I do want you, Kiana, to talk about, as we always say, legacy building, and what that means for you, and how being a part of this is in line with your legacy building.
Okay. I wasn't really ready to speak, but I always got something to say. Well, I am truly honored, as Keisha said, just to be a part of the book. You know, like I said, we don't do everything the traditional route. I started my business straight out of college, no experience, just jumped out there. My brother passed from violence, and I wanted to do something in his honor. So I told Keisha when we were doing the book, feedback or not, like, look, this needs to be visual. This needs to be something that captivates young women, everybody. It should be something that captivates the eye. So it can't be a traditional, boring type book. So I'm honored, again, just to be a part of it. As Keisha said, just my overall business and overall is I work with Black entrepreneurs. We work with about 800 businesses every year. And I'm just blessed to be in a world where we're growing so much. Like Keisha said, we're empowering each other. So it's like my gifts I push on to her so her vision can be even further. Because a traditional publishing house isn't going to get who this book is trying to reach. They're not going to get the psyche and what they need to actually see. So I'm very blessed to be in a position where I can use the gifts that God gave me to bless so many other people. So that's all I have to say.
So look out for more. When is the Legacy Awards, Kiana?
Oh, okay, I'm sorry. So I did mention the name of my company. I'm sorry, I didn't do a good job at marketing. It's called WDB Marketing. So we are a printing manufacturer. We actually publish it, like manufacture in-house. So we print it. No, not only design the book, but printed everything as well. And we host, in honor of all the businesses that we support, we host an event called the Legacy Awards. So we're going into our third year. It's going to be the fourth Saturday in February. We had this year about 600 entrepreneurs come out. Who's who? We honor a little bit of everybody who's been doing stuff in entrepreneurship over the years. We have a special Young Entrepreneur Award. Keisha's been on our committee both years, so she helps phenomenally. So again, when she brought the project to me, I had to do everything I could for it. So be on the lookout. The Legacy Awards, 3rd annual, last Saturday in February.
Yes, y'all give it up for Kiana. So now we're coming to a close of this part, but I have some news. So y'all say, well, I get the book and then what? Well, this, as I said, is a movement. So what's next? I just got this morning the second episode. Have any of y'all watched or subscribed to Move Beyond the Block TV? The first episode. So I got the second episode. It's been edited. It's ready to roll out. I really wanted you all to get the sneak peek of it here today. but it'll be up online on Wednesday when everybody else sees it. So Movie on the Block TV is a part of this. There's also conversations, the hashtag Movie on the Block. Please follow and just share because you never know when your story inspires somebody else or helps somebody else to move beyond something that they're going through, or even letting them know that there is out and out. There is a way to move beyond it. Even if it's painful, even if it takes some time, even if it's a constant daily struggle, there's still another side. And so that's happening. Oh gosh, I should have wrote this down. I did write it down, but didn't write it down. So Kiana talked about her being behind the vision, the branding. So Kiana has created our hashtag board that you all should take lots of pictures with. Oh, it's up here. So make sure you get a lot of pictures with that Move Beyond the Block. Thank you, Iris. Yes. And then, so there's going to be 30 for 30. So we're doing, your name may not be in this book, your face may not be in this book, but you may be in this room and you may be on the list for the 30 for 30 women who will be featured 30 days beginning August 4th. 30 days we're highlighting women from Chicago and anywhere at that point. You don't have to just be from Chicago. Some people were mad. I had somebody, I'm not going to say no names, but I had somebody who I said, what street did you grow up on? You know, I thought she was going to be in the book. And then she said, girl, I grew up in some South suburb. I said, oh, yeah, make the cut. She was too salty. She was heated. Like, I could feel through the phone, like, it's over for you. Like, y'all ain't gonna talk no more. But it's a reason. It's a reason. And it's not to shade anybody who lived in any other place. But y'all living in Chicago as a black girl in this city, the school system, if you come through that, baby. If we come through that, Kim Lona. You hear what I'm saying? Nikki, if we come through that, we some bad sisters, so I'm sorry. No, I'm not sorry. I ain't sorry. I'm not sorry. I'm very unapologetic to say that I represent the South Side of Chicago, and I am very proud of what we accomplished, what we pushed through, what we moved through. And so, yes, the 18 in this book are from Chicago, but the 30 for 30 can be from anywhere, any community, any city, any state. If you have names you want to nominate, then please do. I'm asking you all, as I do my 30 for 30, I may miss some. Please post your 30 for 30, Move Beyond the Block champion for that day, or whatever. Please keep this keep this movement going so that everybody can feel, can have a reflection. You know, some people, Tiviana, we don't have a talk later because you know I have to give a big sister talk after that. But Tiviana mentioned about not having a success yet. You are successful. You are successful. So there are many women who feel just like that. I feel like that someday. I ain't gonna get up here and talk like I got it all together every day. There's some days when I don't know what you really doing. You wasting your time. Like, what do you think you're doing? Like, ain't nobody want to hear all that. Like, I have those moments, seriously. And so when you share your story, I share my story, you share yours, you share yours, you share yours. Somebody feels a little higher. They hold their head a little higher when we do that. And so it's a success story. So the next thing that I was going to hit y'all with so much, I was like, I got this going. And Kiana said, Keisha, don't do that. Don't give it all to them at one time. You got to pace it out. So I'm going to make this announcement, and I'm going to have my girl, my sister Ty, come help me out with this. Y'all going to hear Move Beyond the Block on your radios. It's a Move Beyond the Block song in the works. And so just wrote the little hook and a couple of lines, and I had a whole thing going, and our producer, DJ B-Song, is getting our beat together for our track going. but we have a little bit that we can share with you today. I can't sing, I can write. I used to be able to sing a little bit, but things change, vocal cords. I was a vocal music major in high school. Just so you know. So, but Ty has the gift. Oh, let me also say, last night, what was the event? The Chicago Red Stars. She opened by singing the national anthem. If you didn't know who she was today, you know her now. Make sure you get her information so you can see that video for yourself to hear this sister. She is phenomenal. So all of the things she listed about being the CEO of Kid Collection and being the CEO of Pearl Bougie, and she didn't even tell you about the pageants and the Miss
I'm Miss Illinois American Journey 2016 and 2017.
Wow.
So Miss Illinois Ambassador Post for Tierra's Post.
no, she ain't got no success. So Ty, can you, she just heard, like, I called her literally in the middle of trying to fight back critics about this book and the layout and all this stuff. Kiana know. Whew. And Reverend Jackie know. Because I share everything with this one. But in the middle of that, the song came to me. I'm like, whatever they talking about over there, I'm moving forward with this thing. And the song lyrics came to me. And I called Ty, called you what, in May, and told you that? And she like, okay, when we gonna write, when we doing the music, when we doing the music, when we doing the music? I'm like, it's coming. It's been slowly coming. We don't have the music all the way. So today is her first time hearing the melody. So she's gonna share a little bit with you all. And then DJ, B-side, we can go ahead and roll with it. But she gonna just do a quick melody and then we can get back to the part.
So it's not the full song.
That's all right.
You just clap with me.
Move beyond the block, fulfilling my destiny. I'm moving beyond the block. I'm being the best that I can be. Move beyond the block.
Say it with me.
Move beyond the block. Move beyond the block. I'm being the best that I can be. Move beyond the block. I'm living my destiny.
Don't listen to words.
Move beyond the block for the whole world to see. I'm moving beyond the block, fulfilling my destiny. I'm moving beyond the block.
Say it with me, y'all.
Move beyond the block.
Say it with me.
Move beyond the block, fulfilling my destiny.
One more time.
Move beyond the block.
I can't sing, but a little bit like this. Move beyond the block, move beyond the block, yeah. Move beyond the block, move beyond the block, move beyond the block, yeah. So y'all gonna be hearing that all our radio station. That's another part of it. It's a whole bunch more, but like Deanna said, I can't give it to y'all right now. Just get ready for it. I thank each and every one of you all. I truly am grateful. You're going to get your books. We're going to make sure everybody gets their books. Thank you. All I ask is that you do not allow this to be about me or this book. I just ask you to come with me on the journey.
Also ask that they share.
Yes.
That they share the book. That this, we know how things roll. It's like somebody, you got a good movie, you got a new pair of shoes, you got a good hairdresser. Let at least 10 women know, 10, not just 10 women, 10 men know, 10 people know, so they can tell 10 more people. This is going to be a bestseller.
Yes.
And not only is it a bestseller, but we make it a bestseller.
Thank y'all so much. Thank you. Oh, I wasn't going to do this, but I'm going to do it because I can't not do it. It's in the book. I said I wouldn't read it because I'm just being honest. I was disappointed when I went to my dad's house to change, and he said he couldn't come. He really was having some stomach issues. Because I had a whole plan of like the pictures that I was going to take with my mama and my daddy and my stepmamas. But two women out here who, let me tell y'all something about stepmothers and families. It ain't always the family you get by blood. It ain't always that. And as much as we want our mamas and daddies to stay together forever and be married forever, sometimes it don't work like that.
That's right.
But the one constant, if ain't nobody else there, I'm going to tell you who always is right there. That's my mama. Mama. That's my girl, mama. Stephanie. Stephanie Louise Reed Gray. Stephanie. My mama. My mama will tell y'all the kind of child that I was. Completely opposite than her. My mama is a peacemaker. You bring in trouble, bring it. I'm going to be the one. There ain't going to be no trouble for her because I'm going to handle it. And for all my sisters, that's who I was before I moved beyond the block. But this, I needed a peacemaker. I needed her. I needed her to nurture the good in me. But all around me, the thing for adults to do was to tear you down. This woman has always affirmed me. Even when my behavior wasn't modeling what she said of me. My mother has never left me. There's never been a moment, never been a special occasion. There's never been a hurt. There's never been joy. And this woman hasn't been right there. And I just want to say, in that whole conversation about divorce and single parenting, my father has always been present and always doing his best and loves all of us ferociously. My father loves me. I have no doubt about that. And he did the best he could with this woman every single night of my life, every day. And I just want to thank you for sacrificing. My mother, she married very young, straight out of high school with my sister. And was a mother. There wasn't a time when we came home and food wasn't cooked for us. There wasn't a thing that happened in our schools and she wasn't there. There wasn't ever a time of being in trouble when I look around and who's going to help me? What am I going to do? I never had to do that. She's been right there. Police stations. Oh, y'all know, Keisha, y'all don't know. Some of y'all moved around the block, y'all. Some of y'all know, but some of y'all don't know. Oh, boy. At the school every other day, your daughter, the phone call. And you know when you have a child at the school always in trouble, what they saying? What's wrong with her mom, right? She took that shame, she took that on for me. And not only that, I just love the fact that my mama has never hesitated to say I love you and has taught us to say I love you. And she's been an example. You've been a demonstration of loving family and supporting family. And I love you for the example. I'm the wife that I am because of your example. I am the daughter I am because of your example. I am the sister that I am because of your example. I love you so very much. You know, things don't always work out the way you want them to. So my mother and father got divorced. Memory don't serve me. I just remember like, okay, Daddy ain't coming home every night, and I don't know what age, But I know the age that I met this woman. I know the day I met this woman. I know every instance. And so the blessing of a divorce is that you get. Do not hold your children back from love, wherever it's coming from. My mother and father divorced, and I gained another mother. Gloria God. Everything that I needed, we're not perfect. We're not perfect parents. We are not perfect people. And everything that I needed, the gaps that needed to be fulfilled, the things she couldn't instill in me, the things she couldn't instill in me, she could. And they both were tag teaming in my life. So tag team today, tag team in my life. And this woman, I can't understand how I didn't come from her womb. We act so much alike. I mean, thoughts and everything. And so I just say, thank God, thank the universe for what I have in you. I said, Mama, and they both stood up. That just goes to show you. That's the genuine love, the genuine gratitude. I remember being younger, Tasha, Dre, and Tiffany, y'all remember this too. Y'all ain't gonna work at no post office. We not knocking nobody that works at the post office. Not knocking it. No, they both did. We were post office babies. Our mama and daddy worked at the post office. And she always, you gonna be a star. Both of them. You gonna be a star. Let me fix your hair. We going through the airport. Somebody gonna discover you. She be dressing me up and putting me in talent shows, y'all. It was serious. Whitney Houston. I believe, don't make me say that. I was crying. So, I'm saying that to say, do not block. Don't block the love that comes into your children's lives, regardless of what's going on with you and whoever your children's father or mother is. Do not block the blessing that comes in the form of bonus mothers, bonus fathers, bonus sisters, bonus aunties, bonus grandparents. I have a whole bonus family because this woman came into my life. I have ambitions that I never dreamed of. I always said, I'm going to be a boss. Like that is, I had the nurturing, matronly, homebody, homemaker, love your family, take care of your family. And I had the boss lady. I had it all thanks to these two women. I love you all sincerely and listening. Thank you. That's it. That's it, but it can't be it. I know y'all, I want to dance, y'all. I've been stressed out. I've been saying I can't wait to just release all this, but I'm free. 25 years. That's what I was going to say. 25 years. Together, we don't need nobody. This is right here, y'all. This is my boy. This is my boy. This is my friend. This is I don't need to be with nobody. My friends used to tease me in college. I don't got to be with y'all. I can be with him. I love him. This is my friend. But baby, not only have you been my friend, you believed in my dreams. You sacrificed. protector. You've been my investor. You've been my creative guidance. You've been my everything. I just love you so much. We about to kick 2 kids to the curb. Y'all ain't even see what this little thing is about to do. We need to hold our marriage without kids. So we about to do it. Now, teachers, if you read the book and you read the acknowledgement, I say this about our two that I still want you to stay up here. These two are the reason any change has been in my life is because they provided for me the opportunity to grow, to understand that I need to grow. Marquise Sewell, come up, baby. Marquise Barrington Sewell. And I thought I saw my baby girl walk in here. Kamaya Corrine Sewell, come up. She ooh, yes. That is exactly where she will be. Come on, kids, come on up. Now, if you know me outwardly, okay, man, y'all got mommy. Let you walk up here with that. If you know me outwardly, you know she is just like me. Yes. If you know me personally and very good, you know he is even more. Yes. I just thank them both. It's in my book. I want to say to you both, I thank you for allowing me to be your mother. It is the most humbling experience for me. I am not perfect, and I'm glad that you allow me with all my blocks that I had to, in your lifetimes, move beyond. As I was mothering you, trying to mother myself through some things, you all allowed me to pour into you. And I thank God that whatever it was I was dealing with, the best of me is in you. Yes. The best of me is in you. The best. There are many things that I know that if I could, every pain point, every stress, everything that comes to harm or hurt you, I would block it and shield it with my own life if I could. I cannot. I promise you, if you master yourself, you can move past a lot of blocks that are going to come. Yes. If you master yourself, and you master the understanding that you come from, first of all, two very fly. Creative people, and what we have in us, you have in you, and you can do even greater than what we can imagine for you, and even greater than what you see us doing. Like we're your bar. You go higher than us. You move beyond anything that we've done because you can. Because we've already pushed through to get here. So you don't have to stay right here. You move beyond what we've done. And I just thank God for your life. I thank God for your energies. I thank God for who you are, even when it's tested by every block. It's posing blocks for me. I love y'all so much. I'm so proud of you. I'm going to share that this is on her way to be a Hornet at Atlanta State University. Alabama State University Hornets. Dance major. She leaves August. And my something. Business. Yes. And Marquis Sewell, a man of Morehouse. Vascular block, moving past. It's a victory story here. This is what you call success when you go through. So, Obama fellow, Obama community, what is the community leader cohort? Obama community leadership cohort. He's a member of. You got some good kids, y'all. You did it, baby. You did it. Move me on that block. All right, DJ. That's it, y'all. Thank you again. I am signing your books. Those of you who purchased through Eventbrite, definitely come up and start getting your autograph book. And the book is open to all to purchase as well. But first, the Eventbrite, those who paid the invite, please come up. You rock, Keisha. Thank you, and every time I hear something, it makes me want to move. It makes me want to have fun.